Hi everyone, Ishmael Kolia, Ish your realtor here from eXp Realty. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's all well and you're staying safe. I just wanted to switch topics a little bit today and talk a little bit about real estate. Today is Monday, April the 20th of 2020. I've been getting a lot of questions from my both buyers and sellers about the real estate market. Where's the market headed, and is this going to be another 2008? For those of you who may know, 2008 was a major housing crash in the United States. Uh, which was preceded by a huge housing bubble in the market. So we're going to talk a little bit about 2008 and how that relates to today, and is today going to be about what we saw in 2008. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our first slide. The first thing we want to understand is what happened in 2008, and are we looking at a similar scenario right now? Number one reason why we had the housing crash of 2008 was the very relaxed lending rules that before 2008. The mortgage lenders were able to approve people who should not have been approved for amounts that they should not have been approved, and therefore people were able to borrow a whole lot more money than they were qualified to borrow. And for that reason, they were able to offer more and more on house prices, and that's what led to a house price bubble. As you can see in this slide, years prior to 2008, the mortgage credit availability index was at an all-time high. People were able to borrow money that they should not have been able to borrow. Whereas in today's market, that mortgage credit availability is a lot less. A lot less availability. That means a lot less purchasing power. That means people are not making offers on houses where they should not be making offers. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide, which is the annual home price appreciation. Well, what happens when you have a lot of buying power? What happens when you have a lot of money in your hand or in your mortgage pre-approval? You're going to offer more, and that's going to lead to home price appreciation. And that's exactly what we saw before 2008. House prices were jumping up by double digits, 12.5%, 11.4%, and so forth. House prices were jumping up rapidly. Whereas in the last 6 years from before today, as you can see, house prices have been going up at a healthy rate of about 4.4, 5.2, 6.4, 4.8%. Those are healthy rates at which the home prices are going up. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at the next slide. A lot more equity in the houses today than in 2008. Today, 53.8% of all homes in America have at least 50% equity. That means at least 50% of the worth of the home is still in the home. It has not been cashed out. Americans are sitting on tremendous equity. 37% of homes are owned free and clear. That is tremendous. That is amazing that 37% of all homes in America have no mortgage at all. And then those that do have mortgage, 26.7% of all mortgage homes have 50% equity. So all of those homes that have mortgage, at least 26% have more than 50% equity still inside the house. That is great news. Um, let's take a look at total home equity cashed out before 2008 and currently. So before 2008, Americans were taking out a lot of cash out of their house. $263 billion cashed out in 2005, 321 billion in 2006, and 240 billion. Those are billions with a B, guys, in 2007. That's a lot of money being taken out of the house. Why were they taking out money out of the house? Because of relaxed mortgage lending laws. Mortgage companies had very relaxed regulations by the government. They were lending money left and right to anybody who cared to apply, and therefore people were taking money out, which was leading to a housing bubble. Whereas Today, only $71 billion worth have been cashed out in 2017, 87 billion in 2018, and 74 billion in the first 3 quarters of 2019. So a lot more healthy situation today than what we were looking at in 2008. All right, one last slide we want to look at is the available inventory. When you have a lot of inventory in the market, that means sellers are looking to sell. Why are sellers looking to sell? Because the prices are really good. And the prices were really good because buyers had a lot of buying power. They had a lot of available mortgage credit offered to them. As we can see in the top portion of this chart here, before 2008, there was a lot of inventory in the market, and it was called the buyer's market. Buyer's market is when you have more than 7 months worth of inventory. What does that mean? If no more houses came in the market today, how long would it take for the houses that we do have to finish, to get sold out? It would be more than 7 months before all the houses available would get sold out. And that's called a buyer's market. And that's what we had back in before 2008. Whereas today, we have a seller's market. We have less than 6 months worth of inventory. That means if no more houses came in the market from today, the available houses that we do have for sale would be all finished before 6 months. And that's a seller's market. Not too many houses in the market. Why? Because the prices are not as high as they could be. And that's because the credit availability is not what it was back in 2008. So, given all of these indicators, we're not looking at another housing crash of 2008. We don't have a housing bubble that we had in 2008 and so forth. Of course, if you'd like to reach out to me and discuss your individual situation and your individual buyer or seller scenario, call me at 914 215 1540. 914-215-1540. The market is still very hot. The market is still very active. Buyers are buying and sellers are selling. I have a buyer who signed contract last week, and the seller also signed contract, and they are now in a fully executed contract. I have a closing coming up this week in the Bronx, and I have another listing that I just acquired last week in the Bronx. So real estate is certainly moving. Buyers are very hopeful, and sellers are certainly putting their properties in the market as well. This is a great time to buy. This is a great time to sell, despite all of the stuff that is happening. And of course, we are looking at positive numbers as far as our corona crisis. Things are improving in New York, and we're confident that things will be a lot better in the next few weeks and months ahead. Reach out to me, 914-215-1540. If you'd like to email me, it's issuerealtor@gmail.com. My website is issuerealtor.com. Please like this video, comment below your feedback, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you next Monday. Bye-bye.